Hey guys, I hope you are having a fabulous start to this day. My name is Krista Wade, and I'm excited to bring you the Day 4 convention recap. I'm going to be talking about John Addison. He was our keynote speaker. John was the co-CEO of Prime America Financial Services, and that was, I believe, that was the largest financial service in North America. When he was there, I believe he was 99 to 2015. And during that time, he had a lot of trials and tribulations because it was kind of the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. And so he had to keep a very positive attitude and learn how to kind of lead his team and his company into the right direction. John is an only child, and he said, I love this because he likes to read a lot and he has a bunch of quotes. And he said the most influential person of his life was his mother. And as a mom, if you can have your kid be as successful as he is, and to say that you were the most influential person, I just feel like you've done something right. And so he did. He talked about how wonderful she was, what an amazing woman, how that he wanted to lead his life like she had. So he definitely held my attention with his Georgia accent, and he knows how to control a room. He definitely he would get really loud, and then he would kind of soften it up. But he was very good. He wrote this book, and it's called Real Leadership: The 9 Simple Practices for Leading and Living Life with Purpose. And that's what I like about it, because this book is kind of about all aspects of your life. You can put personal and business in this. And so this, I believe, is going to be on the Success on Demand. He's part of the Success magazine, so I have a feeling this book will be on there as well. But I want to get started about this, because when we think about leading, sometimes people think it has to be a huge team. Well, even if you don't have a team yet, you're still leading your family. You're still leading where you work in your business. You're still leading your life. So these principles can be applied to you, not just your Plexus team, but to you like every day. Because many of us have other jobs outside of Plexus, and I think you can use all of these rules. We're not going to hit all 9 of them. I think we're going to hit about 7 of them. And I have a bunch of notes, so I just want to make sure I don't misquote him. So the very first one is decide who you are. That's his first principle. And he talks about how your dreams and your goals are a great thing to do, but never lose sight of who you are. Never lose sight of your core values and who you want to be. To me, that kind of means don't be sleazy. That's what Rita Davenport popped in my head. Don't be sleazy on that. You want to be the person who you are, and you live your life accordingly to who you are. And your goals and dreams will happen in the right amount of time. You always want to keep moving forward. He said, setbacks are going to happen, but you just keep your head and you keep moving forward and you don't fall back. What you're thinking about is what you're becoming. So are you thinking about being successful? Are you thinking about being the best XYZ that you can be? Or are you thinking about how you're not compared to somebody else? Are you thinking, are you constantly going, I don't know about the product. I can't get this. Are you thinking those things, or are you thinking positively? So I really like that. What you're thinking is what you're becoming. Wake up each and every day better than you were the day before. And that's just kind of a great rule of thumb. If you keep a positive attitude and you just wake up grateful for each day, and you want to be better today than you were yesterday, I feel like that's a huge success. I feel like there's no way you can not be successful if you continue to push yourself each day. Definitely his Georgian accent came out on this one. It says, wrestle the alligator in front of you. And what that means is just stay focused on what's in front of you right now, not left and right, not front and back. Just focus on the task at hand. He also has another funny quote on another one too. So yeah, just be who you are and just stay true to yourself and true to your values. His next one was shine light on others. And this is something that I think we do a great job of, edification and building people up. Compliments cost nothing. And they will really fuel someone and really can give them that confidence that they need to carry on. When you build others up, you're there for your team. So the morale just keeps going the more you build them up. I know that when I had my third graders, you could just see they would be more excited about me talking to them about how great their math skills had grown. And that just gave them an extra boost of confidence, and they really started shining. You can grow plants by giving them light once or twice a month. Same goes for people. So you can't grow your plants if you only stuck them out in the sunlight once or twice a month. So think about that. In the 30 days, the more you're edifying people and the more you're giving them true compliments. I'm talking from your heart, not just, I've got to tell her something. No, when you see something amazing, if it's a great post, you say, oh my gosh, that is one of the best posts I've seen you make. That is awesome. Just little things like that along the way. It really does help someone grow and flourish with inside of them. This was another thing when he said, shine your light on others. You're either green and growing or ripe and rotting. So you're either green and growing, meaning you're never letting grass grow under your feet. You're continually learning. You're continually, we don't know everything and we never will know everything. And so if you are wanting more and just learning more and more and helping others want to learn more, then you're definitely going to keep growing. The ripe and rotting, that means that you're not moving. Like, it's that big red tomato that bird's coming down to get off the vine now. We don't ever want to be that. We want to be that constant movement. The next one is build on your strengths. And build on your strengths is something that we've heard that I've just heard in the last couple of years. I always thought that I needed to build on my weaknesses because you just want that to be better. But several motivational speakers and several authors that I've read, they say you build on your strengths. And we are all born with some unique talents and areas of excellence. And so we need to build on those, because he said, if you build on your weaknesses, the best thing will ever be is mediocre. And we know we don't want to be mediocre at anything. So if you build on your strengths, and then you connect with people that have different strengths in you, then you will definitely be very strong. And I feel like we have that. I feel like we have such a good mix of people and that see very different ways, that we complement one another, and we do have a very strong bond together. And that's what I love about that. I love that he says, don't let a job description define who you are. Don't let any of your ranks, don't let any of that define who you are. You are you. And no one else is you. It reminds me of Dr. Seuss. But stay the course. Stay focused on growing that. And don't let a title get in your way of yourself or your learning. So I love that. I love that he said that. Build on your strengths. The next thing is focus on what you can control. And I think sometimes us as women, and I know there are men too, but we tend to want to be in control, and we want to take the reins, and we want to kind of take everything and just, micromanage everything. And this quote kind of makes me giggle. It says, most people have focus of an octopus on roller skates, a whir of activity, but no direction. And I think that I get caught up in doing that. I have too many irons in the fire. Like there's too much going on, and I'm going this way, and I need to go this way. And if you would just focus on what you can control and what's in front of you, it would be such a better and much more productive day. He also said that when you're in a leadership position, to not badmouth your previous leadership. It only makes you weaker. And I've really never heard that. I know that we've had principals that we've worked for, and, we say, oh, if we were the principal, we would do X, Y, Z. Well, that's not being very supportive. And so he says it makes you weaker if you badmouth the leadership that you're under. And this is more like in the workplace, not necessarily with Plexus. But he says, focus on what you can do and give them the respect and the benefit of the doubt, because they're making the decisions that they think is best for the company at that time. I just said that. Okay, this is another thing about change. He says you can't change human nature, You can't change your customers. You can't change your back office. You can't change anyone else, their attitude or their views, but all you can change is what you do. So don't waste time on what you can't influence. And so, we've had some trying times for the last 6 months, and we get frustrated with something that's totally out of our control. We can't fix IT. We can't do any of that. So why would we waste our energy and our time on something we can't control? And this is where I was like, as women, we want to fix it. I know I'm a fixer, and I need to pull back and not always be a fixer. And so you can't change that your customer is maybe not taking their products consistently. You can't change that maybe your ambassador isn't posting, they think they're posting on Facebook and that's it, but they're not messaging people outside of that. You can only focus on what you can control. You can tell them what, you think they should know, and then you have to let it go. And I think that is very hard for us to do. And I love this too, that he said, you can get farther lighting a fire within people than lighting a fire under people. And so this to me gets kind of goes back to their why. To help light a fire within them, that's your why. That's what drives you every day. So, if somebody's kind of falling down, kind of down on themselves, just to spark that fire within them. Don't say, well, I want to light a fire under her rear. I say that about my kid all the time. So I've got to find the light inside of him to clean his room. I'll be working on that. But just find the fire within them and spark that fire again. And we all need reminders from time to time. So I did really like that to light a fire within people and get them refocused on their why again. Number 5 is to develop a peaceful core. And this is just something that goes, I think, with all of us. I know that when I am uneasy and stressed out and things, my kids can feel it. And so if my kids can feel it, other people around me have to be able to feel it. So if you just kind of remain calm, and when you're at peace with yourself, you can weather any storm that's brought. When you're happy with who you are and you're very at peace with what's going on in your life, then you're there for the long haul. You can weather any storm. It takes vigilance and consistent effort to stay positive. And we know that positivity is a mindset. It's something that you have to tell yourself you're going to do every single day to be very positive. You have to check yourself daily. And remember what he said, what you're thinking about is what you're becoming. So if you're thinking about being positive all day, then you're becoming more and more positive. I also like this too. Don't react to problems with panic or anxiety. I think sometimes we get a problem and we immediately push the panic button and we just start freaking out. Well, basically, it's just a temporary situation that's going to work itself out and it's going to be resolved. And so that is a great reminder. I actually might type that up and put it on my bathroom mirror. Don't freak out. Don't handle a problem with panic or anxiety. Because I think we take the logic thinking out of it when we hit the panic button. We go into scramble mode and we just don't stay logical and stay the course of what really should take place to help rectify the issue. I love this too. Don't let negativity enter your brain. And that means like the newspapers, the TVs. And it's so hard when you turn on the news at night. I'm just being honest. I don't watch it because it's depressing, and I don't like to be depressed. And yes, some people say I'm living with my head in the sand, and that's fine. But be very careful about what you let come into your head, because negativity breeds negativity, and nobody wants that. That's not keeping your inner core peaceful. And if you're a great leaders are very calming. Their voice is very calming. Their actions are very calming. So just kind of remember that. Great leaders are calming. Which this kind of segues into the next thing is he talked about being a lighthouse. And he said a lot of leaders are like a weather vane. They will change whatever the direction the wind is blowing. But those solid leaders that are ones that can weather every storm, that people really look up to, are the ones that are the lighthouses. And a lighthouse is not something that we use when it's a bright, beautiful, sunny day. The lighthouse is what you need when it's rough seas, when fog is rolling in. So it's like troubled times. So those lighthouses are always there. They're there for the good times, and they're there for the bad. And it's when they're there for the bad is when you really need them the most. When they're weathering those storms with you, when they're that constant light that you know that's built in a solid rock foundation, you know they're going to be there for you. A sailor knows where his lighthouse is all the time. He knows where that's going to be. And if you're a good leader, you know, if you have a good leader, you know they're always going to be right there for you in solid ground. They know exactly what to expect from you. They want to accomplish something great. You have to be a lighthouse, solid, embedded in rock. So be that person that everybody counts on to get them through the thick and the thin. To be their rock, you're not moody. I have worked for people that it depends on which way she woke up in the morning, how she was going to be when she got to school. And I think that is what was very hard, because we had one that we knew her keys. Boy, when she was walking with her keys, you didn't even look at her. You didn't say a word. You just kept going. And I think that's very hard. Yes, we're human, and yes, we have that nature, but it's very hard to work with someone like that. So it's just saying, be that constant. Be that same person that doesn't waver one way or another. Just be the continual rock for people. When he talked about being a lighthouse, even when change is going to come up, you still have to be fluid with that change and just kind of stay consistent with your emotions. Number 7, and this one is one of my favorites. It says, make your parents proud. And I kind of want to extend it to make your kids proud and make yourself proud. That to me is worth its weight in gold, is when someone is proud of you. That means more to me than anything. It says your life means something, and we all have our own destiny. So my destiny may not be the same as somebody else's, and it's not going to look the same getting there, but I want to stay true to myself. I want to make sure I stay true to who my family raised me as and my values, and make them proud. Just make somebody proud. Live the story you want to tell. So yes, it's great to have heroes, and we all want to see that hero, but be your own hero. You are a hero. Be your own hero. Write your own story. I thought that was pretty powerful, to be your own hero and write your own story, a story that you want to tell, a story that people are going to want to tell about you. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Take initiative now. And I think, again, that goes back to that octopus on those skates. If we just stay focused and in the now, things will start going into place. And then happiness is a decision. It's not an emotion, a situation, or a result. When you are genuinely happy, it comes from your heart. And that is something that I feel that we in Plexus, I feel like we all have the best heart. I think that we make decisions based on our heart, based on the happiness of other people. And so that is, I really feel like we're just kind of the happiness crew. And we just, I think people are saying now that they're hope dealers. Well, I think we're happiness dealers too, because of the friendships we've made, of the bonds we have that will never be broken. Because we are learning together, growing together. We've been through ups and downs together, and it's only just brought us stronger together. So that is 7 of the 9 principles. Like I said, the other ones, this book, it is really great. There's a lot of information in here, but he is definitely Southern. You can hear some of his little sayings come out in it. So I hope I did him justice in recapping this. And thank you guys for watching, and I hope you all have a fabulous day.